welcome to the Walking Life's Journey podcast. For those that are starting this journey with us for the very first time, we say thank you. And those that continue to join us weekly, come on in again. Let's get ready for this conversation of the day. But of course, before we get started, let me make sure you know who we are. I am Nikkita White and one of your hosts.
I'm Lorenzo White, the husband.
And I'm Keyondra White, the daughter.
Wow. So as you continue to listen to this podcast, make sure you subscribe, share, like, and comment, because you can find us where?
Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Home Depot, Lowe's, Carl's Jr., and I proved it this past Thursday. I wasn't lying. Third Thursday of the month.
Third Thursday of the month. We were indeed.
Where else?
You can also find us on Amazon Music and
Tune in.
Yeah.
So now you know where you can find us. Make sure that you share it, because we would like to continue to grow this WLJ community together.
All right.
And we need you in it continue to grow it.
All right. So what are we getting into today?
Wow. So the topic that we are going to talk about today is, what habits do you have that keeps you from being great? What habits do you have that keep you from being great? I'm going to say it one more time. What habits do you have that keeps you from being great?
All right.
All right, I think we got that.
Kick it off then.
Well, I said it 3 times because I think we can all recognize we do make choices, and those choices become habits, and those habits sometimes can keep us from being great. And I'm not talking about good habits or bad habits, just habits, things that you put in your daily routine, and they keep you from being great.
Okay.
So when I started to think about this, I had to say, wow, what habits have I put in my life that really keeps me from being great? And one that stuck out, it wasn't for me, but it is for somebody in my life. The first one was having a routine of going to sleep at a certain bedtime every single day. It's like clockwork. I'm going to sleep at 8 o'clock. I'm going to sleep at 8 o'clock. Well, what if something great was going to happen on that Tuesday night and you just had to stay up to 9 o'clock?
Okay.
And if you stayed up to 9 o'clock, it was just going to push you to your next destiny.
Okay.
But because you're going to sleep, that's your habit. I got to be in the bed. I got to be in the bed.
Too much sleep.
Too much sleep. So that habit of sleep sometimes can just mess you up, and you're not going to be as great as you should be.
Say it.
What about you? Any habits that keep you from being great?
I got plenty.
You do?
Oh, yeah, I got plenty.
Well, can you share one?
I'll share a couple.
Oh.
First one is it's been my Achilles heel forever, for as long as I can remember, even in school. Procrastination. I ain't the only one. Don't y'all look at me like that. Procrastination. And our person that's working the board behind there, she making all sorts of faces and snickering on camera like she ain't one too. You procrastinate as well. But that's one of mine, so I'll just talk about me. So procrastination. And my procrastination comes from somewhere, and that being what I discovered is me overthinking a lot of things.
Overthinking.
Yeah. That's a terrible habit that I have. I'll talk myself out of so many great ideas.
Yep.
By trying to line everything up and get everything just right before I even start the process. Well, I could be so much further along.
And
so,
while you waiting to get everything just right, somebody done came along and said,
Yes,
wow, I caught the vision. Let me run with it.
Yeah. So those my 2. And like I said, the procrastination thing is me, the whole prep time, like I was saying.
Yeah.
Is what keeps me from just getting out there and doing stuff. So,
which I have to say that procrastination is not always a bad thing, because I think sometimes we have ideas or we want something so quick. Sometimes going back to think about it have saved us.
Absolutely.
Out of some mess too.
You welcome.
I didn't say it's saved. I'm going to let him have that one. I'm going to let him have that one.
Leave that alone.
Shea, what about you?
Oh my goodness. hearing you bring up some things, it's
don't try to take my stuff.
No, honestly, it's like daddy, like daughter, because some of those are also very noticeable in my life. Procrastination and just like overthinking, over planning, because I feel like I have to have everything planned out, and it makes me slower to start. Whereas you just start. But I like to work out. Like, I feel like if I'm slower at it, but make sure I have like things in order, it'll prevent me from going through some
Okay. That's good.
some of the hiccups, you know.
Yeah.
So that. And also, you bringing up the sleep one. A bad habit of mine is staying up too late. So I have the whole cycle of being up super late, and then I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. And then I'm tired through the day, so I'm not as productive as I should be throughout the day. Then I'm tired all day. Then when it's time to go back to sleep, I'm up. Like, it's an endless cycle.
That's that young thing.
Oh my goodness.
That's that young thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. So I think another habit that we probably can say that I own, and I own this one 100%. You know, when you eat a meal, you eat dinner, and that sweet tooth just be sitting right there. You're like, I need a piece of sweet. I need something sweet. I need something sweet. And so I think it's like my mind is triggering, like, you've had a good meal, and it can be a nice healthy meal. It can be a salad with some chicken, baked chicken, or whatever. We can have. And I just need that cookie. So I'm so glad we don't have any more Girl Scout cookies in our house, because you said, oh, I'm just going to get one. I'm going to get one. And that one turns to 2, turns to 5. And now I've taken care of my sweet tooth. But then I'm like, dang, did I really need all that sugar before I went to sleep? No. That's one of my habits that keeps me from being great, because I will go to the gym all day long if I can. But I tell people, I go to the gym so that I can eat, because I like to eat. But if I stop eating so much sugar, I can be great and go to the gym and then actually
goals,
actually meet my goals. But that's sweet. It's like, I need that.
Well, you already know what I'm going to say. She said I'm going to be eating all this stuff. I'm going to be eating all this sugar.
I am not going to be eating all that sugar. Well, all the Girl Scout cookies are gone, and we will not be buying any more in 2023. Okay. Good. I think another habit, and you guys tell me where you are with this, thinking about being great. You tried to tell me I go fast. I launch out there and just go. So I do have a habit of just moving. When the idea comes, let's just go get it. But that also means, did I put all my steps in order? And so a habit for me is I have great vision. And I am like, A, here's where we start. Z, this is how we're going to get there. And I skip the letters in between. And that's a habit that once it was brought to my attention, I had to say, okay, just because I know where I want to go with this, that doesn't mean you know where I want to go with this. So I've had to fill in some of the letters. I don't want to do all the alphabet, but I am like a A. I'm going to come back and give you a C. I'm going to give you an F. And I'm just going to, because I think sometimes I want to keep the creativity in the person that's finishing the task. Like, I want you to be creative. I don't want you to have to do it the exact same way I picture it, but get it to the end. Get the vision to the end. So I'm a visionary.
Yes, you are.
But I think you being the visionary balances well with us, because for myself, sometimes I can't see the big picture and I have to focus on the smaller steps. So you being able to see from A to Z, and this just being like, this is what I want. Now you figure out the steps to go in between. So it like helps us have a good balance.
Yeah. It definitely, my personality and my, I ain't going to call them faults or nothing like that, but it does bring balance. What I bring to the table does bring balance.
Yes.
Along with that balance, balance, you teeter-tottering on something, and it can cause waves, especially in a relationship.
Yeah.
Especially when you got somebody that wants something done. And for me, when I hear it, I know what you want to do. You know what I'm talking about. I know what you want us to do, but I'm seeing all the steps in between. Like, I know what you want, but it's not as simple as you saying. So it could get done, might not get done when you want it to, then I'm looked at as procrastinating. See how I looped that back around?
I see how you looped it.
It can
looped
cause
Great
problems.
job.
But because I did have that conversation and we identified it, and I understand that you are A to Z person. Don't bump what's in the middle. Just get it done. Then I think me explaining my part.
Yes, it helps.
Yeah, it helped you
Yeah.
to have some more understanding and some more patience when it comes to my process and we're gonna get it done. But yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Balance, man, balance.
We have balance. You was going that you was going somewhere.
I could go somewhere.
So take us there. Take us there. Where we going?
So I have noticed that for me, my slow process, even though I'm like really planning, researching, getting the background so I can be able to move forward, my slow process allows for other factors to come in and like things keep popping up, and that's where the procrastination comes in. So I'm slower at reaching my goals because of my process. Then me being slower and reaching my goals allows for self-doubt to come in, and I feel like that's a real big bad habit for
Yeah,
me.
second guessing.
And start second guessing everything I do.
Good. Okay, what habits do you have to keep you from being great? And I'm going to share this one. I don't think it keeps me from being great, but I expect the same thing. That goes back to that unspoken expectations. But I am a champion. I will champion you all the way to the finish line. So, and that's my habit. It's like if you are the one in the sport, you're the one in the activity, you're the one going for the goal, I am going to champion you all the way. But in return, I want you to champion me when it's my turn.
Oh yeah.
I don't want you to like champion me just as hard as I champion you. And I can't fault you for not championing me because that's my personality.
Right.
So my habit, my trait is to champion you all the way to the finish line. And so my unspoken expectation that I put on people stop me from being great sometimes because I'm like, well, dang, who in my corner? I mean, y'all are always in my corner, so I thank y'all. But I had to learn that, though. Yeah. Don't worry about who's in your corner. You know who your circle is. Now, girl, that's what you need to do. Learn how to champion yourself just as hard as you champion other people and how you excite them and how you feed into their goal, whether it's financially, whether it's time, whatever that is. Learn how to put that same energy in yourself.
Yeah.
Same energy. So I'm just saying, habits, there are good habits that keep you from being great. There's bad habits that keep you from being great. I talked about my sweet tooth. That thing has a mind of its own. It won't what it won't. So that's definitely a habit. I think also recognizing what you need in the moment can be a habit too. And it really can go either way because right now I decided that I was going to take a break on some things in my life.
That's right.
But it was a good way to check where I was at. And so because I have worked so hard on really understanding me, it was like, no, this is the best decision for me.
Yeah.
So is that a good habit or a bad habit? I hope it end up being a very good move for me so that I can refocus and keep going.
Yeah.
Because I think if I wouldn't have taken that pause,
you burn out.
I would have just lost it.
Yeah.
Lost it.
You were definitely at a point where you was ready to hang it up. But like you said, recognizing what you need in that moment, it probably saved you and will give you, however far you go, it'll give you the extra push to go past the point that you was ready to say, bump and I'm done. So no, recognizing and understanding where you are in that moment is huge. Some people just keep pushing. Next thing you know, they burn out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're right.
And when you're burned out, you just going through the motions at that point. You know, it's nothing fulfilling about what you're doing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
You can't even take care of other people when you burn out. You pretty much spinning your wheels in one place and not really making any progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, you getting it done, but at what expense? Your health. Burnout serious, man. Y'all better take some breaks when y'all need them. That's why when you start getting stressed out, I'm like, I don't want to it ain't overstepping, but
yeah,
sometimes some people don't need you to come in and fix everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need to come to a conclusion for themselves so they can understand, you know what? It was a good idea for me to take that break.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. White.
Yes, ma'am. Anytime.
Keyondra, any other habits that you have that keep you from being great?
I have a few. But actually, no, it just made me think of a habit I have is thinking that everything has to be organized before I can move forward.
Yes.
So my daily
That's me
routine
too.
is like making sure the kitchen's clean, making sure this clean, everything's clean. Then I can start working.
Oh,
And-
yeah, yes. It just, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off. Yeah, it just brought up something in my memory where I'm grown and I'm the daddy, but yet she gonna yell at me about how I'm putting something in the doggone dishwasher, and I'm like, man, just put it in the dishwasher. No, you got to do this. I'm like,
That's her
dude, you
habit.
could have been done by now.
No, I be trying to prevent from having to rewash stuff later. But me wanting to make sure everything's in order, nice and neat, so then I can focus on my work. By the time I finish doing all that, my
Tired.
daily routine,
She
I'm
tired.
exhausted.
Now, I'm going to say that's a habit I probably passed down. And honestly, it probably passed down from my mom. Because I'm just going to think about Saturdays. And I recall in my mama's house, Saturday morning, the music came on.
Oh, yeah.
And we knew what it was.
Get
it's
up.
time to get up and clean so that we can enjoy our day.
That's right.
So that's what we would continue to do. Even when I moved into my own house.
Oh, yeah,
And
Saturday
it was
mornings.
just two of us. I would get up Saturday morning, turn my music on, clean up, and then I could focus and get stuff done.
Yeah.
And so here you are doing the same thing. But truthfully, it makes sense. If you start your day with clutter around you, your mind feels cluttered.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if I organize everything first,
So good.
Then
I
you can
feel
go back and mess it
good.
up.
Exactly. That's the
That's what I'm
endless
talking
cycle.
about.
That's the
That's what I'm talking
well,
about.
it's a
We do
habit.
it all over again.
And in our minds, that's what we feel like we need to be able to move forward is let me move this clutter. Let me make sure it's clean.
Oh, yeah.
And you know me, I light an incense and now I'm ready to start my day.
Yeah, you get some peace about yourself by doing that.
You do.
Clearing out clutter. So, yeah.
Wow. So I think it's time for you to ask yourself, what habits do you have that keeps you from being great? Are they things that you need to change? Are they things that you will keep doing and moving forward? Whatever that answer is, you decide. Because as we walk this journey called life, you are the key piece to your story. Where can they find us, you guys?
YouTube, Spotify, Home Depot, Lowe's, TuneIn, Facebook, Instagram,
Do it.
Podbean,
Amazon Music.
Amazon Music. We out here.
And what that means is we want you to come back every week to continue to watch us on YouTube or hear us on one of the platforms. Join our Facebook group because you will get a morning, daily dose of
Daily dose.
inspiration.
Daily.
Until next time, bye.
Peace.